Hey everyone, it's Corey from This and That, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing a huge bulk haul that we did while we were in Pennsylvania on vacation. Stay tuned. So behind me, I have just a couple of items that we purchased when we were on vacation. We go away and spend 2 weeks in the Lancaster area of Pennsylvania every year. And we've also figured out that the food is way cheaper there than it is in New England. We don't have the amount of bulk and grocery outlets that they have in Pennsylvania. So in this video, I'm going to share the largest haul that we've done. We went to so many places. We went to Whispering Pines, we went to L&L, we went to a couple of the small Amish places that we normally go to, Creekside, Centerville Foods. We also took a trip to Utz, to their outlet in Hanover, PA. And we also checked out Sharp Shopper, which is supposed to be the cheapest grocery store in America. And I'll give you my thoughts and show some video in that store as well. So let's get into today's video. So this is just a quick look at some of the stuff that I've gotten. How do these prices compare to Walmart, Target, other grocery stores? So I am going to show you what I've got. So I've never been to Sharp Shopper before. It is located, its headquarters is located in Ephrata, PA. As you can see by the bag here, these are also some of its other locations. I also went to the Leola, PA store, and that's actually the store that I went in first. So I'm going to show you some footage, and then I will come back and show you what I got here. So I'm walking into the Sharp Shopper in Leola, Pennsylvania. I've never ever been in one of these stores before, and I'm interested to see what the deals are. I'm really sorry if the footage is wobbly. I don't like filming in places when there are people around, so we'll see how this comes out. 6 packs of tea for $9.50. Dr. Pepper. I'll grab one of these for $2 for $9. It's Diet Kids, Honest Kids Fruit Punch. My daughter likes these for $1.99. Let's see when the expiration date was. May. I got 2 of these. They're $1.99. That's a good deal. Dawn Palmolive, $2.99, $3.99. That's okay. Cans of chicken for $2 something. I can my own chicken at home. Chicken gravy, grated Parmesan. A lot of dressings, 99 cents. These are kind of the size of the ones that they used to have at Dollar Tree. That they're now, what, $1.25 or going up to $1.50. They do have zesty Italian, so now these are 2 for $1. They expired in May, but these are great for making pasta salad. So we'll get some of those for 2 for $1. That's a good deal. Taco kits. Stovetop stuffing for 99 cents. December 25. These are good for making 3-pack for $5.99. These are like $10 at BJ's now. I get the organic sauce at Aldi though, so I don't need that. Reese's no-bake bars. We'll try a box of these. December of this year, so those are still good. These are 99 cents. Angel hair pasta. I just paid $1.50 for the same brand at a different store, so $1.29 is pretty good. Oh, I just bought one of these for $3.29, which I thought was a good price. And it's $2.99 here. But I don't need that much syrup, so
I could have saved myself 30 cents. Okay. Elbow pasta. These are 99 cents. That's kind of small bag though, but that's good for mac and cheese. So I think I'll grab like 2 bags of that. Shells are 99 cents, so I'll grab a bag of shells for 99 cents. I've got plenty of penne. I've got plenty of spaghetti. Oh, Twizzlers. $1.49. That's a weakness. I need those. I need them, but I don't need them, if you know what I mean. Lots of candy. Lots of Reese's candy. Peanut butter cups. Thins. Sugar. It's all Domino sugar. Kit Kats. We just bought some candy, so it was good. I only like the shaped Reese's. See, we got the goldfish, 2 for $6. That's how much they go on sale for elsewhere. So that's not a great deal. So this aisle is all shampoos and toothpaste. A lot of this, it looks like the stuff they sell at Dollar Tree. And it's $1.19 versus $1.25, or now $1.50, whatever they're charging. So I don't need any of that. Puzzles, there's a dog. Let's see, wraps, Mission wraps, $3.49, $4.49. This is how much they are at Walmart. I don't know, some stuff is cheap, but not all of it. Yeah, like Swedish fish and stuff, we got them for these prices at other Amish grocery stores, so they're bulk stuff. Spices, these are $1.29. I can get these for 99 cents at Aldi's, I believe. Kit Kats, 2 for $1. That's not bad. We like Kit Kats in our house. We only get 4 in here. Wow, that was down to 4. Those must be from like Dollar Tree. 2 for $5 for animal crackers. That's okay, but we don't need them. This is a good deal. $1.99. What's the date on these? August. So these will be fine. I put these in a tin. I got 2 of these for $1.99. You gotta check the dates because some of the dates are. Wish these were peanut butter instead of cheese, but. Peanut butter, $1.99. August, that's fine, we'll eat those. I mean, for the average household, there's some really good deals in here. We've arrived in the bulk aisle, so I'm kind of curious to see, like, ball jars, $17 for ball jars. That's not a good price. Flour for $9, that's not bad. Soft wheat flour. Let me see. General Mills. I don't see any King Arthur flour like what I get. Real salt. This is not a bad price. $5.85 a pound. I think other places charge $14 a pound, but I have plenty of that at home, so I don't need it. I got plenty of clear gel. A lot of this stuff I get at the Amish grocery stores, so the prices are okay. This is all nuts. Like, this isn't a great deal. It's 82 cents a pound, and I get these for usually like 59 cents a pound. Even the rolled oats. I'm just gonna do a quick walk through because I can't bring any frozen stuff home. Reduced produce, bananas, organic bananas. $1.17. That's not bad. $3.99. I got potatoes in the ground at home, so I don't need that. $3.99 for a 10-pound bag of russet. That's not terrible. Sweet potatoes for $2.49. Onions for $1.49 a pound. Some of these are okay. Like, not super impressed with some of the stuff. Broccoli, $1.99 a pound. I can get that for the same price at home. Cucumbers we just saw for 3 for $1 at L&L. Yeah, some of these prices are the same at Aldi or Walmart. Butter cheaper. Just paid $2.99 for butter. This is just a quick look at my carriage before I check out.
So the Ephrata location, I unfortunately did not get a lot of footage because they were doing a remodel, and a lot of the aisles, they were either empty or they had employees moving all of the product. So I didn't film very much in there, but I did film this.
Frozen lunch meat, frozen sausage. Wish I could take these home for $1.99. Get them at Aldi. Here's a quick look at what I'm buying at the Ephrata Sharp Shopper store.
So the first store that I went into was the Leola PA store, and I spent a total of $56.39. And I'm going to show you everything that I got all together because I also went into the Ephrata PA store and I spent $36.87 there. I did buy some things that are not shown here because they were eaten on vacation. They were purchased on vacation. Things like soda. I bought 3 cans and only 1 can. I finished that one today. Those, I believe, let's see, I got those at Ephrata. Those were 3 for $1. So I did get 3 of those, which I did drink on vacation. I also got 3 different reduced in the cold section iced teas, which we had on vacation. And then also not shown here are 2 4-packs of Gatorade fruit punch, which the 20-ounce bottles, those were $3.29 each. I got those for my husband for his shop, so those are also not seen here. So my thoughts about Sharp Shopper is that it's got some really good stuff. And if you are local, it is really worth going to because they have a very decent produce section, that their prices are similar and sometimes cheaper than places like Walmart and other grocery stores. They have a very decent frozen food section, which most of the food is frozen. There wasn't a ton of fresh meats and things like that. Almost everything was frozen. And unfortunately for me, I live in Massachusetts, so I live 6 hours away with no traffic. But generally, I got mostly dry goods and candy and things like that. But if you live local, I really think it's worth it to go on a regular basis to see what they have. Is it the cheapest grocery store? No. I really think it has that some other places are cheaper. Some of the Amish bulk grocery stores, they're really, really inexpensive, especially for the bulk goods type things, and also some of the sodas and candies. But all of these places are outlets, so they are all hit or miss. So depending on what you're looking for, the Sharp Shopper store might not be what you're looking for. And it might be everything that you're looking for. So watching the videos really should give you an idea if it's something you're interested in. And obviously, because it's an outlet, its stock is going to change constantly as they get different deals in from other places. You do have to pay attention to the expiration dates on things, but depending on what it is, like the sodas, they all expire this month, which is August when I'm filming this. but I'm going to drink them within the next month or two, so it's not a big deal. A lot of the candies are either going to expire or just expired, but it's candy and they're in like foil packages, so it really isn't a big deal. The other thing is, like most of the bulk grocery stores, the bulk goods don't have an expiration date. So proceed with caution and go with what works for you. So here's what I got. As I was filming the Whispering Pines boxes, I realized I still had another Sharp Shopper bag that was on the floor. So I just put that out. It was mostly pastas and things like that. But let me go through really quick and just give you an idea about what some of the prices were, what we got. So these Reese's Thins were 50 cents a piece. So I got 4 of those, and we were munching on some in the car, so one is opened. They had a couple of these bags of the Reese's peanut butter shapes, which we really like. These were Easter ones. $1.89 for this bag, $2.02 and $1.82 for those. The Twizzlers, these big giant bags of the 1 pounds, were $1.50 a piece, $1.49. The peanut butter flips were 50 cents a piece. There were 2 bags. We did eat one on vacation. We also got some Raisinets. These were 79 cents a piece. The dried mangoes were, let me see if I can find those, $1.99 for those. The 8 packs of the Honest Kids organic fruit punch, these were $1.99 a piece. Now these are generally $3.99 at places like Target and Walmart, and they'll go on sale for $2 for $7, and that's usually about it. So my daughter loves these, so we got 2 of those. I also got some Kaufman's peanut butter spread. As you can see, that expires in October. Let me just grab my receipt here to just double check. That was 99 cents because it has been a few days since I did this. 2 bags of cheese puffs. Those were 50 cents a piece. Again, the soda was 3 for $1. These were 2 for $1 because they were going to expire soon. I got Classic Ranch and Zesty Italian. The peanut butter no-bake bars were 99 cents. Alphabet pasta for my daughter, $3.32. Comparable to a lot of the Amish grocery stores and Mennonite. Arrowroot powder, $1.62 and $1.48. That is for making gravies and things like that as a thickener instead of using cornstarch if you didn't want to. The stovetop chicken was the stuffing mix. Those were 99 cents a piece. The Boom Chicka popcorn, let me find that because I don't remember it offhand. I think I got that maybe at Ephrata. Trying to find my stuff here. Oh yeah, I got hot dogs. Like there were some things we ate there, like hot dogs and hamburger buns. We had a dinner with some Amish friends of ours, and we brought the hot dogs and hamburgers with us. I also not shown here, I have 2 containers of chicken pot pie. Amish style, they are in quart-sized containers. I will try to insert a video here so you can see what they look like. Those were $7 and $9 a piece for those. That's just like a local specialty, and I was really excited to find those. I cannot find these Boom Chicka things on here. So I'm wondering if I accidentally put it here and it actually goes with my L&L Market. Yep, so operator error. That goes with a different stash. That's why I couldn't find it on my receipt. I'm trying to be honest here of where I got stuff. The soda was, this was $4.50 or 2 for $9. It was an okay deal. The premium crackers are $1.99 each. These are like $3 and $4 at the grocery store. It's ridiculous how expensive those are. Some small shells, $2.80. This is a little over a pound. So, I mean, not the best deal. You could probably get shells somewhere else for a little bit of a cheaper price. It's hard to find these little shells, so I didn't think that was too terrible. These are small egg bows. I like these for making some Amish chicken soup. I like these little small ones. I mean, that's also expensive because it's $3.32 a pound, and that's only a pound, but those are hard to find up here in New England. These shells were, let me see, I got those at the first store, and those were These pasta shells were 99 cents a piece for a pound. I didn't think that was too bad. These elbows were 99 cents a pound as well. And I also had forgotten, I had to look at my receipt because I realized there was a few things I was missing. This popcorn was $1.19 a piece, the dark chocolate drizzled kettle corn. So as you can see, I didn't go absolutely crazy in there. Because I had already gone shopping at a few other places, and the things that I would have purchased, like I said, the frozen items, I just didn't have space to bring home, and it really wasn't stuff we eat a lot of. I think the best people who are going to make out from this type of store is someone who lives locally. He can go in and keep seeing the deals and grabbing the frozen foods. They had really cheap eggs in there. My husband looked at each other like, wow, that's really cheap. It was like several dozen eggs for like $4. I want to say it was 3 dozen eggs for $4. That was pretty cheap. The milk, the butter, I really didn't see savings with that. Butter was like $3.99. That's what I can pay at Aldi and some other places. So that really wasn't much of a deal. The milk was normal price, like $2 and $3 for a gallon or a half gallon. But this is what I got at a Sharp Shopper. And next I'm going to show you some of the stuff from some of the other places that I went to on vacation. So this is a partial haul from Whispering Pines, which is in Mount Pleasant Mills, PA. It is a little northwest of Harrisburg, about an hour and a half from the Lancaster area. Now, not everything is here because, again, things were consumed. We had bought some apples and nectarines, cucumber, tomato, carrots, things like that, and those sort of things were eaten while we're on vacation. We had also gotten a smaller package of these honey beef sticks, which we devoured in the car because they were so incredibly good. And of course, my favorite thing, if you've watched some of my other videos, are these oatmeal and raisin Whoopie Pies. Now, honestly, these are the best friggin' Whoopie Pies I have ever had, and I've tried them all over the place. I got super lucky because they had a whole bunch of seconds. There were probably like, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them. And we bought, let's see, 8 the first round and 2 more. So I bought 10 altogether. There are still 7 of them left. The other ones I've been slowly eating. But these are honestly my favorite thing because they do have a big baked goods section. They have a deli. I just don't take advantage of those things because of the drive home and trying to have enough coolers and things for cold goods. We also got two pumpkin Whoopie Pies as well, because for $1.50, I cannot even make them for that cheap. Now at Whispering Pines, we spent $154.25, and some other things we ate. Our 2 small bags of cheese jacks. I'm trying to see if there was anything else that we ate that's not here. Oh, the other things that I didn't show here, just because I'll insert a video again, is 2 huge things of 24 bottles of the small 20-ounce bottles of soda. We got 1 container of Sprite and 1 container of Diet Coke, and those were $9.99 a piece. And they also had loose sodas for 50 cents, and it actually came out to like 40 some cents to buy all those. So it just made more sense to buy the 24 packs. My husband and I are not big soda drinkers, but every once in a while we do like to have some soda, and I like the small bottles because then I just drink that. I'm not tempted to have like 4 cups or 4, glasses of soda. So it's a little easier to go through the prices here because they are a little bit more clearly marked than some of the other places because they do ticket everything. Now at Whispering Pines, they have a huge bargain section. It is their bargain section is larger than some of the smaller Mennonite and Amish bulk grocery stores. And it is all things that are marked down. There is a freezer section. There's a cold section with a big walk-in refrigerated area. There are, health and beauty things. Sometimes they have, Ziploc bags and tin foil, things like that. And
I didn't buy too much of that stuff this time because the last time I bought a lot of that stuff. So it was mostly food this time around, but there is so much that you can get there, and that's just in that one section. And some of their prices, obviously, in the main store are a bit higher, but they're still really good compared to places like Walmart and your local grocery store. So just a quick to go through of what we got. I'm not going to go crazy because this video would end up being an hour long. So I got some Boulder Canyon chips. These are the small bags. I got 3 of these. These are the olive oil ones for $1 a piece. I got some Old Time Snyder's pretzels for $2. I got a package of the regular Snyder's twist pretzels for $2. And these are the larger bags. I think there's 4 in there of the Doritos that are usually like $3 a piece at the grocery store. And it was $2.80, and it was 3 bags of those. So just little things for day trips and stuff like that. So that way we're not eating a large amount of chips. It's just one little bag. We always get candy because they do have a candy wall there. So we did get some peanut butter cups, and we did get some small Kit Kats. And they also had these cookie dough Twix that were 2 for $1. As you can see, here are the prices, $3.21 and $2.66. They're okay. Cheaper if you're going to go to like CVS and places like that to get candy. Just little things to stick in lunches or just have. We got 2 of these Swedish fish. These were, I think, 50 cents a piece. We ate one in the car. These were, I believe, 3 for $1. They are dried fruit crisp. We got strawberry, banana, and Fuji apples. This was not in the bargain barn section. This was in the regular section. You can see the difference. The regular section of Whispering Pines has an orange tag, and the places that are bargain barn obviously have a different tag, and they're green or yellow. Sometimes they're orange, but many times they usually say bargain barn on them. They like the chips. Some of the chips don't, like this one doesn't, but most of the time they say bargain barn on them. These chewy granola bars were $1.29. You get 2 boxes. This was in the regular section. Just wanted some ground fennel for $2.99. This was marked down for $2.02. This is sugar-free baking chips. Got some lids for regular ball jars. Matches just to put away with our camping stuff, because 79 cents for a bunch of packages of matches was pretty inexpensive. I think there are, I want to say 10 there. Yep, 10. Organic. They're kind of like a ripoff of Pop-Tarts. These were 69 cents a piece. Again, the beef sticks, these were 10 something. We had got a smaller pack for $5.99 and devoured those in the car because they were so stinking good. Wanted to try some of the King Arthur special flour, which is for baking bread. If I like this, I'm going to buy several more bags. So next year when it is wintertime and I make all of our bread and rolls from scratch, I have plenty. But right now I do have some other bread flour, so I didn't want to go nuts and waste any. Believe it or not, even though last year we bought a 50-pound bag of Quick Oats, there's not much left. This and what we have left will be enough to last us until the spring when we go down again. Couple of these black drizzle, I think those were 2 for $3. There was a 4th bag, but we ate it, so those were $1.50 each. We did get some fudge. This was in the bargain barn. It's pumpkin for $1.39. And then in the regular section of the store, we got some peanut butter fudge. And then the marbled coffee fudge. This is really good. It melted in the car. We ate some of it, and we'll just scrape the rest of it out because it's really good. They have a lot of, like I said, homemade stuff that's good. 59 cents a piece for the Diet Cranberry Juice. $1.49 for the giant family-sized Triscuits. Also got a bottle of Unsweetened Honest organic green tea. My daughter and I both love tea, and this is a great way to just use a couple of stevia drops to sweeten it. Cranberry sauce for 89 cents. Ocean Spray cranberry sauce around us goes for ridiculous money. It's like almost $2 for a can. And we love cranberry sauce and cranberry juice because we have tons of cranberry bogs around us. So it's sad that I have to go to Pennsylvania to get cranberry products, but hey, it is what it is.
Got a bunch of small cans of beans. My daughter loves having hot dogs and beans. We like having beans with different meals. Don't always need a giant can. So we got a bunch of these, like 79 cents, 59 cents, 89 cents. Some of them are dented, so we'll use those first compared to ones that I already have in my stock. And then something silly but I was excited about was these Blossom women's period pads. Now, the reason I got excited about these was because Aldi sold this brand, and Aldi does not carry these anymore. So I really liked these, and I was very happy to grab a couple of packages of them to just have on hand. So that was a plus for me. So again, like, they have a little bit of everything, and that was in the regular part of the store. It wasn't in the bargain barn, but I would have bought more. But, you know, again, you only need so much of everything. So here's a look at what we got, and again, we consumed some of the stuff, and this is the rest that we brought home. So this is some of our haul from L&L Marketplace, which is in Middleburg, PA. It's about 10 to 12 minutes, maybe 15 with traffic. It's about 15 minutes from Whispering Pines. So if you're going to Whispering Pines, it's worth it to just go here as well, because they're smaller, but they also have deals, and they have different deals. So the best deal at L&L Market that we saw on the sign on the way in, and that was the chicken for 99 cents a pound. Now, when we bought it, it was going to expire, I think, the next day. So most of these were about 2-pound packages, and I bought 10 of them. They were not frozen. They were, I froze them on vacation. We bring a small freezer with us. So I froze them all, brought them home frozen, put them right back in the freezer. And my plan is to can all these. But I got about 20, some of them were a little over 2 pounds. So it was close to about 22 pounds of chicken. And it was a little under, I think it was like 21 and change, because they were 99 cents a piece. And that was a really good deal for me. And it was worth it to struggle to bring those home. And they came home still completely frozen all the way 10 to 12 hours later in the truck. So some of the other things we got were these cookies, these big giant packages of cookies. Yeah, they're all over the place. But they made it home mostly in one piece. These were 2 for $5, so $2.50 a piece. Where at Whispering Pines, they were $3.59, I think. So it ended up working out better getting it there. These were 50 cents a piece. This was $1.99. This was $1.99. The egg noodles were $1.59, which they were $1.29 at Sharp Shopper, so they were a little cheaper there. The Dial soap was $8.99 a piece for my husband. This cereal, which was like a ripoff of Post's Honey Bunches of Oats, those were 99 cents a piece, and there's nothing wrong. These are good to January of 26. It was a whole carriage full of all different types of generic brand cereal for 99 cents just because the boxes were beat up. But all the cereal was fine. They were all sealed. So we got those. We also got these toasted chips. And the toasted chips were $1.59. And I was wrong on these were $1.59 as well. And I wish I had bought more, but there was just that one box left. And then the other thing that I got there was I got this butter. This is Nature's Promise organic salted butter. And these were $2.99. I really should have bought more, but I do have a lot of butter already in my freezer. And the Beaver Meadow brand salted sweet cream butter. These were all $2.99 a piece at L&L, so I did grab those as well. So my last purchases at bulk stores were these items here from 2 different Amish run stores. One of them was Centerville Foods in Gordonville, PA, and the other one was Creekside Foods in Kinzers, PA. I didn't need quite much at this point. By the time I got to these, there were not as many deals that I needed, and I had already gotten stuff at the other places. Plus, I still had stuff from last year that I got, so I did not need to buy as much. So some of the things I got at Centerville, This Simply 5, the 48 ounce, these are pretty pricey in the stores. $3.49. Sharp Shopper did have this for $2.99, so I wish I had gotten it there, but I did go here first. So I thought $3.49 wasn't a terrible price. I got several things of apple pie spice, which we use for making our homemade oatmeal. Most of these now, if you go to look at most places, $8.29 a pound for apple pie spice is dirt cheap, because L&L Foods, it was $21 and change a pound. So these would have been quite a bit more money, even though you're not buying full pounds worth. I got stevia drops for $14.99, similar price to Amazon, but I like being able to grab it in person. Some orzo for $2.36. Some lids for $2.99, regular ball lids, and then also some screw-on lids, because I like to put a lot of my dry goods, things like noodles and spices, into glass jars with covers to just keep them to last longer. I also went to Creekside, and at Creekside just got a few small things. We got cheese at both places. We got some mozzarella cheese, like a small thing for $2 something that we cut up and ate. We got a thing of smoked cheddar cheese and farmer's veggie cheese, and that was at Centerville. And then we also got some more smoked cheese when we were at Creekside, and that was all eaten on vacation, so that's gone. So I also got some more noodles, because I'm always making soups and stews and different things. So this is a pound, almost a pound and a half of noodles. And again, some of these noodles, you could buy noodles for 99 cents at places like Walmart, but they don't always have the specialty noodles. So that's what I'm looking at. I got 2 cans of Great Value condensed cream of celery soup for 2 for $1. I use those for making clam chowder. I also got a bag of everything pretzel crisp for 99 cents, and I was really excited to find a big thing of Wright's liquid smoke for $6.39, because I use that for different meats to give it that smoke flavor. So that's what I got from the Amish bulk grocery stores. So the last place we went was the Utz Outlet in Hanover, PA, and I'm really glad that I went, because this stuff was cheap. And then I think they accidentally, or they gave me 2 bags of chips, because they're not even included on my receipt here. I spent $21.97, and $2.99 of that was a bowl that I bought. So these 2 chips on the end, 50 cents. I think both of those were 50 cents. They must have been just giving some chips away, maybe, because those I didn't pay for. So I just realized that when I pulled them, they were in my bag with my order. So I don't know if somebody else paid for them and left them behind, but I ended up with some no salt added and barbecue chips. Obviously one was 50 cents because it's marked, but just realized that. But this stuff all over here I did pay for. And I was super excited to get the Boulder Canyon chips, because I really like their avocado oil chips, and I really like these thick kettle style ones. And these were so much cheaper. Now, these bags right here were 50 cents a piece. Now, even at some discount outlet places like Ocean State Job Lot, if you have one of those, they're kind of like a Big Lots type of place. Those are $2.99 or $3.29. These were 50 cents. So I got 6 of them. I could have gotten a large bag, and these were actually a better deal, but I wanted the smaller bags because then they stay fresh longer. These are the 6-pack of the small bags, similar to the ones that I got from Whispering Pines, only these are the avocado oil and those were olive oil. These are 7 something at Stop and Shop, which is like giant if you're down south. So that was a good deal at, hold on a second, those were $3.99. So it was half off, because they're like $7.98, $7.99 at Stop and Shop. So I got 2 packages of those for the price of 1 if I got them at the grocery store. The On the Border style chips for different things were $1 a piece for these. Couldn't leave them there for these big giant bags. And I really wanted the orange cheddar big giant tubs. Now, somebody else had said they had gone there and spent like $1.50 for them. Unfortunately, they were running them at like $7.99, which I could go to Walmart and get one of the tubs for $6.99. So I was actually really happy to see the baseball ones because they're white cheddar, so they are not quite as messy, so you don't get orange all over your hands, your clothes, your car, your house. And these are super hard to find. We had a place called Christmas Tree Shops. That was a New England based chain they spread other places as well. And unfortunately, they went out of business, and they used to sell those. And I like them because, again, they're not as messy. So I got 3 bags of those, and those were $2 a piece, which I thought was a good deal because even Christmas Tree Shop used to sell them for like $2.99. And I believe the bag was smaller. So, like I said, I ended up with 2 bags of free chips, and the rest of this stuff is on my receipt for $21.97. And you can even see, for some reason, I don't know if somebody's chips were already in there and they started putting mine on top, or if they were a free gift. I don't know, but I ended up with 2 free bags of chips along with everything else. So after going through all of these different outlets and grocery stores, my favorite place is still Whispering Pines in Mount Pleasant Mills, PA, for the simple fact that their prices are incredible and they have a very large selection of different items, from health and beauty to household to produce to regular food, frozen, refrigerated. It's still my absolute favorite place to go. And you just never know what you're going to get. So it's always exciting to me. I did enjoy going to Sharp Shopper, and I will certainly be going back because we did get some deals there as well. And I do want to also hit the Middletown location because we do go up into that area as well. So to me, it was worth it to go to as many of those locations as you could go. Is it the cheapest grocery store in America? I don't really think so, not to me anyway, but I also have different shopping needs than you might have. So it depends on what items you're going to be buying for yourself or for your family. So the woman who claims it is the cheapest in America, she is able to go quite a bit more often than I am because I live 6+ hours away from any of the Sharp Shopper locations. So for her and her family, it is a lot easier to be able to go and get what she needs. And if you do live by one of their locations, I certainly urge you to go in because, again, they're an outlet, so they have different deals coming in at different times. But I was still thrilled to go there, and I will still continue to go to our favorite Amish and Mennonite owned outlets and grocery stores because it really is a savings. I also really enjoyed going to the Utz factory outlet. I've always liked their potato products, their chips and things better than Lay's and some of the other brands. And I've turned more to Aldi brands because they're even cheaper. But going to the outlet was an amazing experience because the prices were so good. Getting bags of Boulder Canyon chips for 50 cents compared to paying $3 to $5 at local grocery stores was fantastic. And they're also an outlet, so you never know what you're going to get at any given time. I happened to price match some of the Utz chips that we got when I went to Walmart the other day, and these bags of chips were anywhere from $3 to $7 for some of the same things that we paid $1 or 50 cents or $2 for. So if you are able to go to the Hanover outlet, it is worth it. And hopefully at some point we will try the Snyder's outlet as well. We're just not big pretzel eaters in our house, so that's why we didn't go this trip around. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share it with friends, as that always helps the channel be viewed. I don't post quite as many videos as I used to before because we have been quite busy, but I do try to provide some content when I can about some important things, especially with how to save money, because that is so important to so many people right now. And as always, my friends, we will see you in the next one. Stay safe and be well.